Hello, and welcome back to the kitchen at Oso Libre. I'm Michael Barretto. Today, I've got something special lined up for you. We're going to be going after our favorite top round roast again, and we've done it in different and unique styles. The end result of this recipe is going to be traditional. We're going to end up with a roast with mashed potatoes and gravy for the end result. But the way that we're going to get at it is going to be what's unique. A few years ago, Sous Vide kind of took the cooking world by storm. Everybody was doing it. Sous Vide is cooking meats, vegetables, and other foods in a water bath, which is a very precise temperature. So you can actually get something to stick and not overcook it. And so what we're going to do that's unique today is we're going to take this roast and we're going to cook it in a water bath or sous vide machine at 130 degrees, and it's going to be that temperature precisely for 24 hours. And what that should do is just cause everything to tenderize, be really soft, and turn it into a delicate piece of meat without overcooking it. And it's very simple to prep on this stuff. You just got to prepare ahead of time. So I'm doing this today so that we can eat tomorrow. What we're going to do is put it, I'm going to season it, and then we're going to put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the bath, and then walk away. That's all we need to do. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of seasoning with salt and pepper. That's it for the salt. Pepper down. There. We have our seasoned roast. Now, all I'm going to do is put it in a plastic bag. A lot of people will use the vacuum seal bags. Those work, and they're probably the next level of cooking. If you hang this over the side of the tub or a water bath, it will serve the same purpose. I've got my roast in there. I have some fresh rosemary that I picked out of the garden. Kind of put it all around the roast there. Get as much air out of it as I can. And I don't need to seal it completely. I'm just going to kind of leave the corner open on it so that it can breathe if it needs to. Get the air out of it when I put it in the water. Okay? So we're going to go to the water bath now. Allowing all the air to get out. You want to get all the air, as much air out of the bag as you can, or it'll float. Done that. And now I'm just going to seal this closed. And if you look at the controller, it cooled down a little bit because I just put the meat in. It'll come back to 130 degrees, which is what it's set at. And I got the timer set for 19 hours. So we're going to let this cook for 19 hours, and I'll come back tomorrow, and I'll finish the rest of the dish. See you then. About 20 hours ago, we started our sous vide method of top round roast. Now it's time to pull it out. Let's see what happened. Temperature's still at 130 degrees. I'm opening it up, pulling out the bag, turn it off, and now we have our almost finished roast. Gonna open the bag. The thing about sous vide, if you're unfamiliar with it, is it doesn't look all that great coming out of the bag because it's just been kind of warmed. There's no grill marks or blacking on it or anything like that. So, got it out of the bag, getting some of the rosemary off. There's our finished piece of meat. I'm going to save this for our gravy. So, now what we need to do is brown it. And we're going to start off by drying off all the liquid that it's been immersed in, trying not to get too much of the seasoning off of it. Just need to pat it dry here and there. You can tell by the way I'm using the paper towels that we're past COVID, so we have a supply of them now. Okay, next, on to the browning. Okay, we're ready for the browning. What we're going to do is we're going to try what I've seen a lot of people do, and this goes to Sous Vide Everything. I've been watching a lot of them and seeing how they do stuff. So shout out to them. We use a browning torch. Meat's done, all we're going to do is get some brown on it. So there we go. A perfectly brown piece of meat. It's an interesting way to do it, but the thing about it is, like wine, our first taste is with our eyes. So if it's unbecoming from the outside, that kind of gray, it's not really appetizing. It does taste good, trust me. But now that we got the brown on it, it's almost time to eat. Okay? Now the meat is browned, it's time to get ready to eat. We're going to start off with the pairing I chose for this particular dish is our newly released non-vintage Primoroso. Non-NV or non-vintage means that it is a wine that is a blend of multiple vintages. So what I've been able to do with this is take some of our more aged wines, Cabernet Sauvignon, that have like 3 to 4 years of barrel age to it, with nice structure and developed tannins, and put it in with younger Zinfandels, a little bit of, I think there's some Petit Syrah in here, and so it's Primitivo, Petit Syrah, and Cabernet. So you get the backbone of the Petit Syrah, the depth and complexity of the Cabernet Sauvignon, and then some Primitivo for some nice fruit characteristics. Definitely drinking nice. And so we're going to put together a traditional roast beef with mashed potatoes and gravy. So we're going to cut into it here. See how it's nice and soft. You can cook it at higher temperatures in the sous vide, and what that will do is it will give you more of a flaky, fall apart characteristic. So see, we're nicely cooked, still pink all the way through. So I'm going to cut into it, taste it. So I've been working on these top round roasts, as you guys have witnessed, for a few weeks, trying different recipes, cook methods. This is definitely the most tender that we've come across. So it's about 20 hours. It's moist, it's cooked, it's flavorful. So I'm impressed. Now I've got everything staged and ready to go to plate up the meal. I got some fresh mashed potatoes that I made. Just a dollop on there. We're going to add a couple pieces of the freshly cooked meat. 1, 2, 3. And now some gravy made with the pan drippings. Just poured on top. There you go. And there you are. A nice, enjoyable meal. So it'll pair greatly with the Primoroso, I'm sure. I'm going to give it a shot here. Mashed potatoes. Good home cooking. That is very good. So I know not everybody has a sous vide machine, but if you've been wondering about it, for this piece of meat, it did a great job. So hope you enjoyed it. It maybe gives you inspiration to go out and try something different. Thank you for joining me here in the kitchen, and look forward to seeing you soon. See you later.